Hello Goblins, it's Chris, Eldritch Pipes, with a review for HU Tobacco's Director's Cut. What a journey I've had with this one. But before I get to it, I've just got to say a few thanks. I've had a few tobacco gifts. The first one is from Paul Kilminster. Paul Kilminster. You might know as the Bumbling Piper, who sent me the Visions of Celifay, Cornell and Deal, which is extremely good of him. He sent me most of the Old Ones series, knowing my predilections, and they've all been really interesting. Although his review of this one gives me some pause for thought. It sounds like it's got a strong topping on it, which we'll see. I'll put it in a cob. But cheers, Paul. And the second is from Andrew, the Bluefin Piper. And he sent me Carolina Red Flake with Perique, so it's a vapor. I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm really looking forward to that one. And GLP's Spark Plug. Now, that could be really interesting. GLP's blends, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with, as it were. Westminster is one of my all-time favourites, and I opened, a bag of Kensington that was stellar. But there's been a lot that, it's not that I don't like the blends, but sometimes there's a component in them that's kind of irritates my sinuses. I've never been able to nail down what that component is. It's just maybe it's something that C&D use, because I think they blend Pease's stuff, don't they? A little pipe business. I want a fat strawberry. This one being drilled for 9mm filter. That's a commission I'm working on. And it occurred to me the other day that I hadn't made a pipe for myself in a yonk. It really has been a long time. I haven't had a new pipe in ages. And I wanted to do something a bit different. And for various reasons, I decided to do a pencil shank to make a nice light pipe. So there's this fella here, reinforced with a brass rod, which forms the tenon as well. So he's coming along quite nice. Hopefully put a stem on him tomorrow, and I might be even smoking him in the next video. Alright, so HU Director's Cut. Well, okay. I'm just going to tell you what I think about this guy. I don't care what it says on the tin, what it says on any website. If you believe everything you read, it puts itself as a vapour. And the vapour is what I was expecting. And it tastes like no vapour I've tasted. It doesn't taste like a vapour. And I was a little disappointed, because that's what I was expecting. But even on the side of the tin, Virginia in large letters, then Burley and Perique, next size down but the same size as each other, and then at the bottom, Kentucky. And the cut on this thing is a little wild, in the sense that you have your Virginia ribbon cut, but you also have these little coins. I'm assuming that's the burley. I don't know why I think that, but I do. And then you have these very dark strands that I'm assuming is the perique. Or maybe not that. Maybe that's the burley. That's a bit of flake. But there are some very dark strands in there. I guess that's the perique. Okay. And there is a topping on it. There is. I don't care what anyone says. There's a topping on it. I can smell it. I can't put my finger on what it is, but it's on there. And that annoyed me, because I don't normally do aromatics. Does it come through in the taste? A little. So, the first time I smoked this, I was not impressed. I was hoping to enjoy the ride of a vapour. There was a topping. I knew there was a topping. There's other stuff in it as well. I didn't know what to make of it, but I have been smoking it for a couple of days now. And you've just got to forget what all the websites tell you this tobacco is. This is, to my taste, this is more in line with the burley blend. Now, maybe that's because I've been smoking like burley forward blends of late. But this really, really seems to sit nicely with those group of tobaccos, not in the vapour group. To call this a vapour is to missell it, I think. You do have the Virginias with their light topping, giving you a bit of sweetness. But the burley, that earthy, chocolatey, is really, that's what's driving that's what you keep getting, sort of puff after puff. It's that earthy with a bit of sweetness. You're not getting that sort of like classic interplay of Virginia and Perique that gives you that special something. I'm still struggling to pick the Perique out, in fact. I am struggling. But, in a way, I kind of wish maybe it hadn't just said Perique and I wouldn't be, oh, maybe I just got a bit of it then. Okay, I don't know what to say on that score. The Perique is somewhat buried by the burley, I say. But, okay, so I've been talking about expectations, but what it is a really nice, it is a really nice smoke. I was smoking it yesterday, listening to the episode 6 of the Charles Dexter Ward, and thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it now. So although there's like this kind of like overriding sense of confusion when you sort of like look at it, you know, all the components are different. There's some ribbon cut, there's bits of flake, there's bits of coin cut tobacco. It's like this is all over the place. It asserts that it's mostly a vapour, but you don't get that. There's no mention of a topping, and there is one. Very light, but there is one. And it's like, it was such a strange, just a strange experience. But it is a nice tobacco. Despite all the different components in there, it actually all comes together quite nicely. It doesn't taste all over the place. Burns really well. When I smoke this, I do really go to break it up. Now, it might be that the blender intended for all these different kinds of cuts that you would come across them in different ways. So you'd hit the ribbon, Virginia, and then you might hit a coin of Burley, and you'd be right in the heart of Burley for a while, and then you'd hit some Perique flake or Kentucky flake, whichever was the flake. And so you'd get kind of like a journey. Maybe I might try smoking it like that at some point, but currently I like put it into a tin and really, you know, get it blended. I think if anything, I'd have just liked it to have been a bit brighter, a bit more vibrant. Maybe that sort of like, maybe the Perique and the Burley, I'm just kind of like, I'm thinking out loud now. It's the Perique and the Burley kind of do make quite a heavy duo. And again, I would definitely class this as a stronger tobacco. For me, this is like a really nice evening smoke. I wouldn't want to start the day with it though. Definitely an interesting one to try. I'm happy that I bought it and I'll be smoking it. If there is a downside, it's that it only comes in a 100-gram tin. So you have to buy 100 grams of it to find out if you like it or not. Well, I guess it must be a popular blend for them. There you go. My meandering thoughts on Director's Cut from HU. Okay, that's it from me. I think I'll probably be back with some more tobacco reviews. That looks like the way it's going to go at the moment. So, until then, take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.